Okay, so here's the Sinnofoto carbon fiber tripod. Rather a nice little carrying case, although I just weighed it 10 ounces. This, as you see it here, is just over 3 pounds, but the neoprene bag, which I would recommend because it prevents the legs, of course, from banging on the ball head, this is about 1.5 ounces. Just as you see it like this, that's basically just under 3 pounds. It's about 2 pounds 15 ounces. Now, one thing I did notice is when you loosen these, so for example this is tight, when you loosen it, now it's, as you can see, it's finger loose, but it won't move. What you have to do is you have to turn it until you feel resistance again, and then turn it another 1/2 inch. So it's really probably another full rotation, at which point you can rotate it. Okay. There's 3 sections to each leg, so you can then extend those. And I'm, in my socks here, just about 5'11", so you can see without any splay in the legs, this is a pretty good height. Because there is this extra extension on the tube, however, it does make it a little less stable than some of the larger tripods that basically this base part here is higher and then they only have one extension. But I played around with it with our DSLR. It's not that heavy, so quite stable with a even with a telephoto lens and an external flash. So one thing I do want to show here quickly is that one of the legs, there we go, is removed so you can use the monopod. So with this you can actually remove this ball head about here, and so that gives you a monopod where the camera would be mounted about this high. It's a little low. The alternative is to, you have to remove, oopsie, okay, so you have to remove this little guy here. This is your weight attachment on the bottom. Now you can remove this. As you'll see, there's threads here, and with that adapter you can now extend this to where your monopod's at this height, or obviously adjust it up and down. Now, one unfortunate thing that I found is when you want to go and put this back into the base of the tripod, it's not so easy. Basically you have to align it very carefully here. Oh, actually I guess I should correct myself. Maybe I've gotten the hang of it, but that time it went right in. The other time I was kind of playing with it for probably at least 2 or 3 minutes before I was able to get it in. So there you have it. Very straightforward, and you're back to a tripod. What I prefer to do, though, for monopods and all that, is because you never really know when you're going to need a monopod versus a tripod, is I simply gather the ends here like this. Sometimes I'll put a rubber band on them, and that way, with these held together, I basically have a monopod. And the nice thing is it's very quick to do, and unless I really need to save the weight, I basically have a tripod with me as well. And if all of a sudden I find I want a tripod instead, all I have to do is take the rubber band off, legs splay out, and I'm good to go. Last thing is, I did notice on this little guy here, this little rubber thing, a little loose. In other words, it rotates even though the knob isn't rotating. So that's probably about the only thing I found that I might consider an issue. As you can see, it's fairly nicely damped. So if you're using this as a video type of tripod, it'll rotate rather smoothly. Although, of course, you don't have a pan arm. Anyways, I'll put the rest of the information online, but thanks for watching.